welcome to my channel. I have had a lot of things going on and I was not very regular with my videos, but I'm definitely going to be up on the game. And today I will be talking about my weight loss journey because I have been told to do this video for a long time. This is something that I know that a lot of us, we are struggling with our weight loss journeys. So I just want to share with you how I lost the weight and how I kind of maintain the weight and just working on it. It's a work in progress at all times. It is something that I feel that sharing would help you. So without further ado, let's get to it. So let me first say that this video is definitely this is something very personal I'm sharing. It is not something that I have preached about to anybody, but definitely this is something I do feel that works. When I came to this country around I would say 2000 August I came, and right after that what happened was I kind of started eating a lot of food which was not very healthy, I would say. So those were foods that was more kind of easy on the go. You know, at that time what happened was we would buy pizza, or at 11 at night what would you eat? And then right after that started the interview season. So I kind of gained a lot of weight during the traveling part of the residency interviews. I would go to, say, Atlanta the day before the interview. So there would be like a social hour or a social evening, and I would eat, just amazing Italian food. And this was something as a new cuisine I was trying out. So I loved, and I ate whatever I wanted to. And then what happened was when I had my daughter, after that my weight was 187.5. I mean, I would never forget this number ever. The reason for that is I wanted to lose weight after I had Vanessa, my daughter, but it was a very big task. I was not able to do it. So I actually went to close by Weight Watchers, and I enrolled in the program, and they give you a little card. At least when I was there, they used to give a small card, and they used to put the amount of weight you need to lose. So the first weight loss was 10% weight loss, and I remember because it was 187.5. So our the Weight Watchers, my leader, said that your first weight goal will be 18.7 pounds. So with that in mind, I really was striving to get that. It was very difficult to do it because on Weight Watchers you have to write the points down, and you do have 35 points which you could use during the week, and you could use it whenever you want. But I was not able to have all of the right foods I wanted to have. So at that point I was maybe I need to do something else. I was able to do the Weight Watchers program for about, I would say, 6 months. I did the program. I lost about 30 pounds on the Weight Watchers program, and I was excited, so it was a very slow weight loss. It was painful weight loss because I was giving up so much of my food because I just couldn't fit it in, and I was working. I went back to work 8 weeks after I had my daughter, so I had always had a full-time job. I was working round the clock, and to do anything for me is so difficult. But amidst everything, weight loss was definitely one of the first things because I got gestational diabetes. I know a lot of people, we don't share some of the ups and downs in our life, and we feel that the social media is like a perfect scenario for a lot of people. And I have seen a lot of patients would discuss with me, I'm the only person who is struggling to to lose weight. But I give that example. I said, look, I was obese, and the term obese is exactly right, because a lot of us, when we use that term obesity, patients or people would take it like, that's something we don't want to hear. But I heard that in my own ears all the time, because I know my BMI was above 30, so there was no question. Being a specialized physician in internal medicine and taking care of all stroke, heart care and diabetic patients, I saw that it was going to come to me very soon, because I already had gestational diabetes and I was going to have diabetes pretty soon. And in my family, I have a significant family history of diabetes in my family. So this is something that I have always had to work with, and you cannot change your genes in any way. So I was really trying, and maintaining was so very difficult. After I would say 6 months, I was probably in a plateau for a few months, and then I could not continue the journey. I'm still indebted to the Weight Watchers program for losing the first about 30 pounds approximately. I don't remember exactly how much, but I was almost had given up dance. I was again able to bring back dancing to my life. I continued with my weight loss journey. Then something happened around 2014 or 15, I think. This is when I was really struggling to lose weight. I was trying out, there is a program called in which you drink shakes for the morning breakfast shake and the lunch shake, and then you do a dinner, or you could choose the shake for dinner. It's like Shakeology. So I think the program is based on that. So 21 days weight loss. This was something I still remember. I bought these plastic containers that this program, it was I think $65 for all of the stuff that they gave me, and it was somewhat easier than Weight Watchers, but still it was kind of difficult, because I would be drinking for morning, I would be having this shake, and after a while it gets boring, and I was still not seeing the weight loss where I needed to be. So around 2015, I had to take my internal medicine board. So every 10 years you have to recertify, and it's a very, very long exam. It's very tedious. So what I did was, I was working in the morning. I would not go to work till 11 a.m. So my day started at 11 a.m. at the job, and I would see patients till 7 in the evening, and then I would come home around 8:30 or 9, and then I would probably study for a little bit and then go to bed around 12 or 1, and then again wake up in the morning and again start studying before I went to work. Usually my work hour starts at 7 and I come home around 6:37 in the evening. So I was eating breakfast, lunch and dinner, all 3 meals I was having. But when I had switched my schedule or tweaked my schedule so that I could study in the morning, because I'm a morning person, so I like waking up, doing yoga or exercise or something. I had been doing the yoga though, continuous. I did not stop yoga, but I was not doing any difficult yoga poses either. I was just doing the basics, the breathing techniques and stuff to help with my memory as well, because this board is very, very tough, and I've already taken the board exam once. I know what I'm looking at, and this is after 10 years to kind of study. This is not just a little study. This is studying for hours and hours and hours and hours, and working at the same time. So a couple of times what happened was, when I came home, I was so full because I had already eaten lunch, because our lunch was 12 to 1 there always. So I would still eat lunch, and then I did not feel like eating anything for dinner. So I would wake up in the morning and I checked my scale, and I was like, wow, I lost 2 pounds overnight. How is that possible? I'm struggling to lose 2 pounds over a period of 3 months, And then one night I lost like 2 pounds. I don't think the machine is working. So that day again, like I went there and again I ate at my lunch. I came back home. I did not feel hungry. I probably had some milk and I went to bed. And the following day I saw that I lost like maybe half a pound or something like that. Something inside, I knew that there was something that I did right and was working for me, because I had not given up any of the foods that I liked. I still had like a piece of chocolate around 3 p.m. I love chocolate. What I was saying is intermittent fasting is a way in which you can eat. So what intermittent fasting does is helps you losing weight in certain areas of the body, and it has been shown that because it suppresses the insulin level in the body, it decreases the CRP, or the C-reactive protein, which is an inflammatory marker. This marker goes up for any inflammation. If a patient has a heart attack, apart from doing cardiac enzymes, if you did a CRP on that patient, the CRP will be very, very high. After the patient recovers from the heart attack, if we recheck the CRP or C-reactive protein, the numbers will go down. So we are trying to decrease the inflammation and the insulin resistance in the body, which is going to help losing the weight. Now coming to the schedule for the intermittent fasting. This is what I do and this is what you could do. Now there are several ways in which intermittent fasting can be done. And I hear this often, like a lot of patients, they struggle with weight loss, so I help them, like they have had diabetes for a long time, they don't know what exactly to do. So this is something that I would share with them. So what I do is, I actually have an app. It's called Body Fast. I uploaded that. This is not a sponsored video. By the way, guys, please subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell icon, because if you want to watch me telling you about more of my health and associated videos, beauty videos, a lot of other lifestyle changes and things, you need to please subscribe and hit the bell icon. So I'm going to tell you what I do for the intermittent fasting. I have this app. It's called the Body Fast. So what this app does, I have on my watch, I have an Apple Watch. So on my Apple Watch, what I see is, it says, please start eating now. So I wake up around 4:30 in the morning. I do an hour of yoga, and then I also, like, not entirely yoga 1 hour. So I would do yoga say for 20 minutes, and then I would do a class on my Peloton. I would probably cycle, for 6 or 7 miles in the morning. After that, I'm really hungry. I'm going to eat like a really big, not a very big breakfast, but I do eat a substantial breakfast because I start my day very early. So 6 a.m. is when my watch tells me, please start eating now. By then, I have already completed my exercise. I have taken a shower. I do a few things at home because my daughter is in middle school now. So just kind of get a few things prepared. By the time it's 6 a.m., I'm ready to eat, and I make myself a very good breakfast. Breakfast is very important for me, so I would eat like a boiled egg or something like a cereal, like oatmeal. I usually do not eat any processed cereal, and I'm going to come to that because I will be talking about some of the processed foods and the effect of that on insulin. So I usually have steel cut oatmeal on Saturday and Sunday. I love oatmeal, so I have steel cut oatmeal, but I make it fresh. I don't eat anything express type, which like in the microwave style. I don't eat any of that. I eat wholesome foods, which are very, very high in nutritional value. I eat real butter, which is like grass-fed butter. I do not buy butter substitutes because those things actually make your insulin level go up. Nor do I eat any sugar substitutes, like there's so many sugar substitutes. They have effect on the kidney. So I would eat egg, couple of toast, wheat toast, a banana maybe, go to work. Throughout the morning, I would eat or maybe graze on certain foods like nuts or like a little bit of soybeans. For lunch, I usually have lunch around 1 p.m. If I'm home, then I probably eat lunch a little bit later, like 2 p.m. If I have to go to an evening party, like today, I have to go somewhere in the evening. And then I have to go to one of my neighbors are having like a barbecue. So I'm just going to go there, say hi to them. I don't think I'll be able to spend the entire time there for the afternoon because I have to go somewhere in the evening, which I had committed before. But I'm going to just drop by. So after I'm done with the video, I will go. When I come back, I'm going to have my lunch, which will be around 2:30 p.m. The watch will tell you, stop eating now. At that point, from 2 p.m. is when I start my fasting. So after that, I will again eat the following day at 6 a.m. Now the question is, how much willpower do you have to continue the intermittent fasting for days and days and months? And I completely agree that everybody is different. So please don't think that this is set in stone and you're going to be able to follow this. This is not easy. I have told this to a lot of my friends, or a lot of my patients, my husband, and it's not easy for them not to eat from 2 p.m. to the next day 6 a.m. It takes a lot of willpower, and I have around 3 o'clock in my office, I always get like ice cream, chips, or some sort of a very like alluring food which is brought in by, say, a patient or someone who has brought donuts, and I'm like, oh my god, if I see that donut, I have a terrible urge of eating that donut, but I don't want to eat. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to eat tomorrow morning. But I do not have to give up any particular food group. I still will be able to eat chocolate as long as I eat before 2 p.m. People who are working at night, for them, it's better to start the intermittent fasting around 2 p.m. and continue till 8 p.m. and then after that, so basically this hour that they're taking from from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., the 6 hours, you're just going to do that same thing in the evening. So 2 p.m. you would start eating and then stop eating at 8 p.m. and then not eat until 2 p.m. the following day. Either way, it's going to work for you. So I actually like the fact that this gives me a lot of opportunity to try out the foods that I want to eat, or like things I feel that I love eating and I cannot give it up. Just for people who don't know what this is actually mehendi or henna. I actually had a function, my daughter had a recital, so I did this for my daughter's recital. This is not a tattoo. This is going to be washable. Gradually it goes away. In 7 to 10 days you won't be able to see this at all. But it looks, right now it looks really pretty. There's like a lot of lotuses. This actually is a very calming thing. The henna, the mehendi plant. I also have put henna on my hair because I don't have a lot of gray hair, but I like putting that as a conditioner. But anyways, going back to the intermittent fasting, what you need to do is think about how you're going to do this, because every person is different. And this can also be done by using another type of intermittent fasting in which you don't eat for a single day. For the entire day you won't eat. And this is something I have also followed at times. For me, it's very difficult to do. I cannot stop like all sorts of food and not eating and just be on water or juice. I still think that the 6-hour window for me works the best because I still enjoy all my foods. Whatever dinner I am preparing, I'm taking it with me for lunch. So I'm eating a wholesome, good lunch. I have fish. I'm eating rice. I don't eat white rice as well so much, but I would make brown rice. When I eat out in a restaurant, like yesterday we went to eat out at Bonefish Grill. in the evening. So I kind of tweaked my routine because I know that on Friday it's going to be challenging for me to not eat in the evening, because Friday is a day in which I go out with my family to one of our favorite restaurants and just kind of get together, and just the three of us, and we spend some good time together. And during that time, what I do is I stop like in the morning I would eat my breakfast, and then after the 6 p.m. eating I wouldn't eat till like 8 p.m. until then I can eat again. Of course, on this I'm not going to lose any weight, but at least I'll be able to maintain, and again I can start it back on Sunday. So I will just take myself off of the schedule for 2 days and going back. I do not gain the weight back though. When I go back, I have seen I'm not like gaining significant amount of weight back. What is very important as intermittent fasting is drinking water. So I drink like a gallon of water a day, which helps me in keeping myself full. The time that you're not eating, you can still drink water. I don't drink any juice, but I do drink coconut water, which is God's natural way of hydration. And oh my God, coconut water is the best thing you can give to yourself. It is so good for you. So that's something I would drink. I also do a lot of diffusion water. So I put mint leaves, I put watermelon chunks, I put lemons, lime, whatever I have, I would put that in the morning, and then that would be diffused till I come home around 7:30 in the evening. So I'm not eating any dinner, but my family is eating dinner at that time. I just sit with them and I have my diffusion water, or I would have my coconut water. For me, that's my dinner. I know that I cannot have anything beyond that. Of course, a lot of times they would be, doing Chinese takeout, and I feel that, oh my God, this is a significant urge I have, but I still would not eat. This is something I have followed for many months to years, and gradually I will go on telling you how, like, other tips on intermittent fasting. But I think the video is too long for today, so I'm just going to keep it to that. Please subscribe to my channel. I will be coming back. For this entire week, I will be talking about weight loss tips, because I just want to take up a subject and complete it all the way through, instead of just having very unique one type of videos. So for this entire week, I'll be talking about food groups, intermittent fasting, other modes of weight loss, and of course I will also be touching base on exercise tips. But for all of you, have a very blessed weekend. Please make sure you're drinking a lot of water, because water is essential. 97% of our body is filled with water. So it's very important that you are drinking water at all times. If you want to do intermittent fasting, I definitely will leave the link for the app. This is not a subscribed video. This is not sponsored. This is something that it's my view or opinion, and it's not meant for like everybody, because I cannot expect a diabetic patient who is on insulin is going to start doing intermittent fasting, because that's dangerous. Their blood sugars can fall drastically. So this is something that you need to talk to your physicians or doctors, or start reading up on the internet, or buy a book on intermittent fasting and know all about it. But on this, I feel that I have lost the maximum amount of inches, because my goal is not to just lose weight. My goal is not to lose weight in areas of my face, because then I would be looking much more older. I want to have my weight loss in my belly, and certain areas, my shoulder. These are the areas I'm like working to get. Of course, toning is very important, which I will be talking about in the future video. But this is something that I feel that this can work for a lot of people who are trying to lose weight and trying to maintain it throughout it. So have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you guys soon.